Okay, so here's our pre-recorded webinar for week 4 for our EDT609 class. So let's go ahead and get into it. Our agenda for tonight is very similar to the other agendas that we've had for the other 3 weeks. We're going to very quickly go over some general class things, and then we'll talk about our assignments for this week. Okay, when will grades be posted? This one's a little more serious this week because this is the last week of class. So remember, this class does end on the Saturday of the last week of class. So assignments are due that Saturday at 11:59 p.m. But like I've said before, I do understand if things get in the way and you need a little bit more time. So if something happens and you feel like you need a little bit more time, please feel free to contact me, and we can discuss, if that's possible and how much, if it is. Other than that, I'm looking to post grades sometime after the Tuesday or after the class ends. So how far after that Tuesday kind of depends on how many people are in the class and when things are turned in and things like that. So, but just basically a warning there to make sure that everything is in by that Tuesday, hopefully, so that I can post grades if I'm ready at that time. Okay, discussion boards, obviously we've talked about that. I don't think we need to talk about that too much. This week, a lot of the work are actually the discussion boards, so we'll get into that in just a little bit. Okay, weekly meetings. I have an open office time. For right now, those are scheduled for 5 o'clock on Mondays, but if that changes, I'll let you know as soon as possible. In fact, if it has changed, you probably already know by now. Always check those rubrics. That's all I'll say about that one. Okay, so going ahead and getting into the assignments, or the assignment actually. There's 3 discussion boards, which are kind of like assignments, but there's actually only one official assignment here, and that is to demo your course. So by now your course is done, or at least the portion of it that we can finish within this class is completed, and now you're going to show off that course. So you're going to use some screen recording software. There's quite a few options for this. Screencastify is a good one that works with Google Chrome. Screencast-O-Matic is another one. Loom is another one. Zoom can even be used for this type of thing. Just kind of depends on your choice, and it also depends on the limitations of the free versions, because I'm assuming if you're like me, you probably don't want to sign up and pay for, for something like this. So you're probably going to be looking for the free version. So you have to see which one works for you. I provided a list in the weekly announcements, so hopefully that's helpful. Flipgrid is also an interesting option there too that I will probably talk about as we get into the cloud. Probably already have talked about it by this time. Okay, so once you've chosen your screen recording software, you're going to record yourself presenting your course. This can include you in the video if you want, or it can just be your course. It's your choice, and somewhat depending on the screen recording software that you use. But something like this, like I'm doing right here, is a good example of presenting how you'll present your course. There are questions in discussion board number 3 that you're going to want to answer as you're presenting your course as well. And then you're going to share your recording with me. I will come up with a way to do that. It'll probably be allowing you guys to upload your videos to a Google Drive folder or something like that. We'll see. Since emailing them to me probably won't be an option because they'll be pretty big when it comes to the file size. All right, so that's it for the week 4 assignment, but we do have 3 discussion boards, like I said. The first discussion board is going to be you describing your personal learning network. This one you do have to respond to 2 other students. You can see right there about that. And there are some specific questions that you're going to want to attend to as well on this discussion board. I'm seeing if I can bring that up really quickly right here. So I have it on another screen, so I'll show you those in just a minute real quickly. Okay, so now hopefully you're looking at my screen right here, which is showing our discussion board questions for the week. As you can see, there are 3 of them. I'm going to try to zoom in on the first one right here, so you can see that there are some specific questions that you'll want to attend to in your answer to this first discussion board. That's about it for that one, and that's the only one that you actually need to respond to 2 other students. The other ones you're just answering the question. So the second discussion board is you're going to be exploring 2 or more of your peers' courses. So you're going to choose another student in this class, and you're going to look at their Moodle course. This will require guest access, which I'm probably just going to go ahead and set up for you. So you probably don't have to worry about that. But another student will go in, look at your course, and then provide constructive criticism about your course. There are some things to consider on the class website again, so I'll go ahead and bring this up real quickly. Okay, so here's again that second discussion board question. As you can see as I zoom in there, some of the suggestions that we have for you as you review their course. So I'm sure you guys will be, but remember, this course is sort of your baby at this point. You've spent quite a bit of time developing it. So be kind, provide good criticism, things that could be helpful in improving the course. But remember, we can be a little sensitive about things like that. So be kind, and I'm sure you guys will be. I'm not worried about that. And then our third discussion board is, going to be answering, just reflecting on your course and answering the questions. There are 7 specific questions that you'll want to answer about your course. And these are the questions that you're going to use in your demo, when you're giving us the tour of your course. You're going to be answering these questions. So either way, you'll either have your questions answered before your demo, or you'll have your questions answered before the discussion board, because they're the same exact questions for both. So let me go ahead and bring up the questions here, like I've been doing. Okay, so again, here's a discussion board. Let's go ahead and see if we can zoom in here. And there are these 7 questions right here, where it says, are you proud of your mini course? If yes, what are the positives? If no, what are the negatives? You're just attending to these 7 questions in that discussion board. And then, like I said, these 7 questions are also going to be the ones that you're going to answer during your course demonstration, or your course tour, if you want to call it that, for this week. Okay, and that's about it. That's all I've got for this week. If you have any questions or concerns, please don't hesitate to reach out. You have my email address and even my number to text me if that works for you. And have a great week. Thanks, guys.